bile kemu konkron legbe mli amen ye fa ne nya wo fe agbe ko me ke chu ko me wola vegetarian lala nyoma edwe ke ekumi che na anyu mo wonda oshi ye fa ne wo wele wo he no ko nu wola ye fa ne nye trash ko nu wo soli chena ngo lele wo je wo twi ami wonda wo shigbe ke na shine o dro mo he wo ke wo te he short wi wata mo choji ami wonye wona ji ano wote ni chumo he wote jirami beke na shine wo ba pe o wele wo he bu amone na won pa bu fai o ba shibu ye chunemi no ni wo ba fi gbeke na shine o ke wa jinshi o ke wa chomi no ke wa gbina wona yue lo yo de on pa bu fai no je te mo ni fe o chonle ni le hu e ke chose wo wakashi bi e flu shiwa ya shin obo no wa ke me ni yo shin awon no wo ba kase e won bi bo ni me ni egbe fe me ni ye pa no aka ba ba bi e fe bo den cho pla me fe na en ba fata wo yi wo fe ko mi ke chuni e ke wo gbele ye nyam won da wo shiwa ko ba fi no awo yo bi wo nu ncho Yesu Kristo gbe mi amen solo eni na eba kpeshi ebi ene ochi na emi ayi mental health week ni dromo efa wona that refo enyo ni ke wo me ba yue mental health mental e ko odwemo wo fe wo la keke noko kiki dwemo fi o pe ni wa ba na echon noko klo ni woyo se wobu shi eji noko ni sani woke ka hwekra bebi aka o manfo seke ayo mla chika wole ni bi e ko me wo ba ayo mla keke wo fe wo ke bu wo yi nye fa de gbeke na shine nye wo ke de twa akpe a Dr. Ata ni ebahe Mike ni ke wa chu ni radon.
Good evening. I am happy to be here to spend one of the days for our Mental Health Week celebration with you. It's a pleasure to be here. The message is very key, simple, but very important. We are talking about mental health. This year, the theme that has been set aside for the celebration is Make Mental Health and Well-Being for All a Global Priority. What simply means is that for all of us here, our mental health should be our priority. The attention that we give to our physical health, we should give the same attention to our mental health. Why is WHO and those of us in the mental health space saying that? Let me give you a few facts and figures. For every 4 people here, so if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, one of us will experience some sort of mental health problems in their lifetime. In their lifetime, one of us. So which one of you would want to experience something? None of us would want to experience something. Okay, good. Secondly, prior to COVID, over 350 million people were suffering from depression. Depression is a mental disorder. We're suffering from depression. COVID, with all the problems that it brought us, has increased that figure and continues to increase that figure. We were all affected one way or the other by COVID. Some of us lost our jobs, we lost our breadwinners, we lost a whole lot and created psychological problems for us. It is by His grace that some of us are who we are, that we are today. COVID is gone halfway, but the effect is still with us. And we need to be careful of how the stresses of our everyday living affect us so that we'll be healthy. Our mental well-being would be safe. Now, that is the purpose of this engagement, for us to understand that mental health, it should be our priority. If, my dear here, over the weekend, she is doing some banku, and it happens that she breaks a finger. I'm pretty sure that, and she does not come to church on Sunday, and the message gets here, most likely we'll say a prayer for her. But if she sends the message that, oh, I'm too stressed out, would you mind her? Not likely. Not likely that you will say a prayer for her, because you think that stress is part of us. But it is stress that if we do not take care of ourselves, that progresses into psychological problems for us. So she sends the message that she has stress. We should pray for her, just like we prayed when her finger was broken. So we should take physical health seriously as well as our mental health. Now, let me ask a question. If I know you are a nurse, so I'll not ask you. So you are not part of the question. The rest of us. If your niece, daughter, son, P5, P6, comes to you and tell you, Daddy, Auntie, Grandpa, there is a girl in our school. We hear that her mother is sick. She is mentally not well. So all the girls, all of us, we are not playing with her. What is wrong with her mother? They are saying it is mental health, it is mental health. What is wrong with her? What would you tell this your daughter or son? First person to respond. Everybody will respond because we are few. I should go and come. No. Let's not go and come.
So I'll just tell her that maybe she's having problem with the brain.
She's having problem with the brain.
Or she's getting a second, because I know mental is second, and second is, second. You know what is called second?
Yes, I know very well.
So second.
That is the response you give to your granddaughter or daughter. Yes, Papa Sofo, what would you say? You are not thinking about it. Who has thought about it already? Okay, good.
Probably the mother is having a lot of issues at hand she's not being able to handle. So it's affecting her activities of daily living.
Thank you very much. Yes. Old banker.
I don't even know what to say, but
Sorry?
I will encourage her that
You encourage her to do what?
I will encourage her that she should be patient. What a mother is going through is one of the parts of life. So the issues bothering her, she needs to see a psychologist or someone who will advise her as to how to tackle the issues confronting her. But as for the little girl, I won't go to the extent of, I'll just encourage she should be patient. Whatever is wrong with her mother, she will overcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so we've had a few ideas. As to the ideas, what it means, we would get to understand after the presentation. We all hear everybody talking about stress. What is stress? When we say stress, what is it? You hear somebody say, don't stress me. I'm stressed out. What is stress? So that before we come back to stress, you would understand that mental health is on its own. Mental ill health is on its own. Mental illness is on its own, and mental disorder is on its own. So that you now come to understand that if you are talking about mental health, what it means. If you are talking about mental ill health, what it means. All of us, mental health is part of us. We go through all the time. Because we don't understand, we think but it is nothing, it's normal. It happens to you in the morning, by evening, you are fine. We would understand when we do the presentation. Back to the stress. We talk about stress. What is stress? Stress. I'm waiting for a response. I want somebody to raise their hand and tell me something. Yes.
Stress has to do with one's reactions to situations around him or her. either frightening or disturbing the person's activities.
Okay. Any other idea? Papa Sof, we didn't answer my first question. No. Very good.
Feeling of emotional or physical tension in the body.
Physical tension,
yes,
emotion
in the body, yes.
in the body.
Yes.
Okay. Any other? Okay, Mamina, this one I'll allow you to say some.
Feeling frustrated.
Feeling frustrated is part of stress. Okay, we would know when we have the presentation so that we would have an idea about what stress is. What are the things that stresses us up as young adults, as adults? What are the things that we can do to help ourselves? Do you know that if you don't get good sleep, it increases your stress level? Okay, so we are going to talk about all that. What are the things that we do? What lifestyle changes we need to do to help ourselves? There are very little things that we take for granted, but it stresses us up and does not help with our mental health. What are the things that we can do to cope when we are faced with stress? What are the strategies that you can use to prevent them or help yourselves? There are very, very little things, but we take all these for granted. So that we don't need mental illness, mental disorder. It is not our brothers and sisters on the streets. All of us here, we are the ones who have the serious problems. Because those on the street, their issue has gone severe. So we can see that they need help. But for me, who am nicely dressed here, laughing, if I have a problem, if I don't tell you, you would not know. I go into my room and I cannot sleep. I cannot eat well. Because I'm lucky, God has given me the body. I don't eat plenty. But even though this evening I'm eating small bankutu. Because God has given me the body, if I have a problem, you will not know. So I think all is well with me. It is when you interact with me that you would know that I have a problem. And what information do you have to help me? What can you tell me that I'll be convinced that I need help? What can you tell her she'll be convinced that she needs help? If she needs help, where are you going to seek for that help? We would have all that as part of the brief presentation that we'll do. That is why we are saying each one of us should take our mental health a priority. Our physical health, all of us will take care of each other because we can see it. But for our mental health, you first have to take care of it and let me know that it is important to me, so that when you see that I am struggling, you have to help me. How would you know that I am experiencing psychological problems? That you must help me. We will tell you all the little signs that you can look out for. This is a brief introduction, even though I've spoken for long, but it is to prepare you why we are doing this, so that you can send the message out there that if you hear us talking about mental health on the radio, on the TV, in the public space like this, it is important for you to join. Maybe that is where you will get a solution to the problem. Because there are little things. It's part of our everyday lives. There are very little things. And the strategies it's our lifestyle. You don't need medicine. No. You only need medicine when it has become so severe. But when it starts little, it is us to help each other. That is what we need to know. So on this occasion, I'll bring my talk introduction to an end. My name is Dr. Mankwata from the Mental Health Authority. So today is part of the week celebration. We decided to come into the community to engage with you. So I'm happy to be here. My colleague, Mr. Samuel Hano, will take over from me. Now, I don't see anybody in the IT room too. Is there? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, let's welcome Mr. Samuel Hannah. Let's wrap him.
Good evening. If I think you're there, Minchaki language can Bashia. Mbashia. If you're ever familiar with Juba, I'm going to want you to me hila. No me your Juba. Thank you very much for asking. Your father, a little bit while Kutia mini ame itu mi hila mi male. Kefie no che seke. Stay wa chole ten o wikuma ye wo community sami. Kemo ko ye itu mi ate o chole ten he. Itu kanle. Good. Ova mi ne ko emi ni e contain be. Good. Ova mi ne ko me no we gan kron. Okay. Share my man na anukwale. Very important. Why can be neko mo ebewale. Good. Mo ebewale. Okay. Eye ichu me hila. Good. Next slide. Well, just like Dr. Atta said, one year war mental health, was celebrate mental health. Usually, we always focus on our physical health. Nikole, oinchung bami, alone BP tingwe, alone naningwahe, alone sugar feneken. We usually do not focus attention on our mental health. No, just like he wale na more nakanon our health that affects our jomo here. Ale no one babi ene utashipo kwa tale akashotale ni mawe ne is appropriate. Ale no kemo ko ye itu mi la mo banya e baso mo twem na ewo atalepo. But we feel we atale because we are what mentally healthy. But na twa kashi we be problem. For be num shishin. Tete po kemo ko mba sometimes e ko mo nyegbe no ba ni o kan ni cars ni ho. Allo ko le choji ni mo machine. Allo electric post mo machine o kan ni mental health issues ni. Allo ale no mo ko he phone ke kebu. Phone fair for o jefu na deka o che adeka for 1 year machine twen mi olo allo spray febo for spray tan box o si fe tan mi se machine olo for mental health issues ni ale no tetepo ona kakalika ese ye etu esegbe ye allo be allo kole allo mo ko ye ni ka me nanu o ka meta nu mi na me nanu po na che ba ka me yen din ame mo ko po ye ni tete po ke e fan gbe ne fan because of call e ba hwea hu ke ile mo ko po tete po ni e fan gbe te US e ka ya US enye ba gadon because ne ko play ne e kan imagine ke sin e ye nwami ni e ta play nye nwe no the anxiety and the mene wo no na yi sin e ke mi inter play me don no e ka America. Mental health issues. No, first of all, before we go to mental health, what is health? Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being in the WHO, World Health Organization. Not merely the absence of a disease or infirmity. No tabi ni obe headache, allo be malaria, allo BP control ni mene no you are holistic, like you are in good state of mind or you are in good state of health. Mental health is very critical for that definition. So your physical health, your mental health, and your social well-being very, very critical. For just the mere health, mental health is part. So you are getting. There is no health without mental health. Your mental health is problematic. Next slide. Then from there, I want to move on to what is mental health? Your mental health, I guess, is a state of well-being in which one only capability, allow ability, no one your fake, no your fake. instead of what the program neko no what the legon presec what ke be ya wie be ke be ko me wana gashi am follow me force am na me fe causes ni am nye una these things can affect you as a human being like oh ekule neke cause the man ma fe neke cause nye ma fe so you should be able to know gashi this is your ability ale no obla no fi o ni onye chone una obla you e ba so mo na enye jeep oko anyese wanyo maintain you have to judge actually, oh, do I have the resources to go after such a person? No, you must be able to have that mental fortitude to understand actually, this is my capabilities and this is my abilities. 2, you should be able to cope with the everyday stress of life. There will not be problems. There will be problems, but you should be able to adapt and adjust. Okay, hey, some of your man no dabi. Hello, o drive, ya nutumo, mukiba crossbow, bomb me football, that kind of thing. You're not able to cope with normal stress of life. Sanike, just like we were talking about, stress is always there. Oko mkopo ya nekole boy promisable. Agbene 1 year, 2 years, e get shake wake back. E can no be e try to me cry over mental hospital. You can rebrand yourself. Another thing you should be able to what? Work productively and fruitfully. Actually, mental health authority. We are seen as part of our social, as our responsibility to help the society. No, I'm not doing that. I'm doing for, yes, I will receive my salary at the end of the month. But I find time to come here in the evening. This is not my working period, but it's my contribution to society. Then, next slide. No, the final one, G, when they ask a few, the final one, G, Sanona gets Solution can walk of no Mugani farm money. Nay, a farmer, can who a hand or now a mo can be a market. Mukoin Doctor Funo Gilen Lunke, a hospital, Camocobella, Leva Quelle. No, Bono Chobo and one film can know a five musician. Aha. Next slide. It was maybe just like that after you hear mental illness or fair or touch was free assessment or assessment fear more be or fair were levels. Just like I told you, or fair were no be feel like I say there are mental health problems. Mugani enye wajuba, Mugani ke womanke teaching, Mugani kenye in a nibikume, alone no you yagbo shekbe. These are all mental health issues. When do we say, I guess maybe we're trying to show in a lag bene a problem, it's on hill and sunny Abami. Madam of an Ochoni Hospital. Ochoni Hospital. Okay. The way we responded to some of the questions, I suspected that she meant. No, anybody will tell activities of daily living. Activities of daily living, be oh war me, oh shite me, oh he drew me, oh nuchumo ya me, no fear no. It affect any of these areas. More, the energy to even get up, share that po, buy me dog, but I'm going to fame becomes what now becomes a problem. It's an abami. If I'm a musician, no fame, putting the mobile inja or fame, we have mental health issues. She wants ni onyo ya no ba ni no ko gbo na ni otu onutumo o te so duro e fine o so he o kotale o fine no ba bia na je no ba bia no o box ape so o to fine nto an she be no fine she be kuma ya ni e so wa sheje me ko ni akese e na magbe no ni ya no sani health professional ba. Next slide. I want to do a demonstration as to mini mental illness bar. Mini hani mkumena agbena etu ametu mi agbena kese agbena menye don agbena menye street no amedu American mini ba no ye bottle enyo na e bia ne. I want to assume akese in a half bottle no any you enemy half me then a full one no assume akese in a half in a full one ni me in pressure. I'm applying pressure no me chole few in a full in a half. They don't know about you first. Full one a true. No, the water level here shows I can fair na kaka forward. No mami ko papa o mami ko papa pay ni na na bole ni afobo. No I mean I was some genetic makeup for the jebo 40 ni. No genetic makeup can even be many no down wa alcoholism. Ni kasimo chon wala ka sin kefe dan mo tetepo enyo we kuma mi. No first square before ni oblanu o ba marry as ani o akoma mi me. No mami have investigations. Unfortunately what not chana ka kusu for. But that was one of the reasons why our ancestors do those things. But the water level shows that your genetic makeup. But the push is the stress is now on fair on air war jelem or your ne. No stress is like more COVID back yashia. Allo o fatalo ejemi. Allo on accident. Fair no one smoke any one of the oblanu ni and weepy si no ko feel if you level half no ne nu fe e chon e chomi bo lo he e ko me peno anu pe pof keke pu pa e chon e chomi fe be no sisi aha mo ko ani e ke mo ba nye for so many years 10 years 5 years 6 years 7 years e ke marry bodon mo ke e fe no ko are moving on mo ko yen put there 6 months pe more guys marry book no be chon to me wa bia guys no mukole 10 years no ko chon to me mukole 6 months per 1 year e ke be mental hospital na e ba na because we are all different human beings no ka mko bi wa guys mini ke mental illness ba we don't even have one cause but what ya guys genetics plays a role aka fobo e ko na fobo she nature guys na fobo pe wo ye na kan hila femben musisi ni bi no ba ni na your environment me stress can it be nutumo means sunday marriage means sunday share means sunday we come means sunday no fit gidi tai bani more across thread if I ben ushishin she neka water level ne je genetics pe e ko like yojibo ni kasema ya no le aka shike fe ye am for depression na more fe him no he need now depression na can double of that he need now depression if I ben musician 2 times women no ke yojibo your probability of having depression is high compared to men can no jibo your probability of dying from suicide is high because I'm feeling what you attempted suicide magbe segbe if I ben musician no e have we say e akọ kaklani na ejo eke chebe mingbo baba see here what fe na kan one time no sharp no here if you are a man you are more likely to die from suicide compared to ye because ye they call for attention so more women attempt suicide but more men die from suicide if I am musician now the fact that you are likely to die from suicide but ye will attempt na can no sometimes say age no can also represent what age you can 60 years by retirement no poke ke han be me PG o mi nchu money I mean no me hospital me make retirement ni within 1 year 2 years if you frustrated no that go because if plan for retirement most of the time say more 60 years e no ni we na manage me I can say maybe me ba share no e buy you know a local level e fatalo nekle yo nekle gba sane da ne more jemi agbene loneliness now those things become what the push factors next slide no mukumayani they have what we call they are very resilient before you use the word resilient upon all the stresses they go through they are still able to cope because we are all not the same we are all not the same. I don't know my level, I don't know your level of the water. Well, that's why we need to take good care of ourselves. We're not feeling walk across thread there. No, just like Dr. Atta said that this year our focus is on what? Make mental health. I will not spend time on that. Next slide. So no want us to decide that water level different water level. The push factors, I mean, all you could emotion What are some of the push factors that can make us to cross the thread? What's the discussion side? Nani microphone come on here, hello. Thank you. Maybe sure anyone now mental.
Doctor, I find it should be okay. Chemical join P when by affect in the mental health. Oh, join. Dana oh join oh okay. Oh Dana join no kui. If I affectable.
What say Jeme? Right, what say Jeme? Thank you. Reverend.
Kola le no he fatalo ejemne. Ibanya ni hapo na kana. Ba alo onu chumo enmebo.
If I manyo chode an o software. Fa na mo ko.
Ibanya bala ke mo konde te glashin lemni. Ni biba alo anytime ni ya ngo keke efiti do me hu onyo ekoso.
Ora don agbagbe na ehia mi wa be pie e fa ndade mi mba wo so mo mi po nu na na keni bia ke se o ake obla you ni o dai o fe no pe nu alo o mo nu e no marry alo e o na se o da so no 4 o nya me fe 4 alo ke se no marry na mebo mo no 4 ni ke na kai wale no ni ba kai go gamate ne before me la me so solution le is important to us okay mo foko nya na atwe ha mo be yo me ko me po han mo no, this is very, very important. Hand me be stress. If I need more attention, you want to know you be a war. If I join here, next time I can pass on more don of an.
I'm gonna be Pierre Coe. Ojeno, no like Obomodern Ochuni be sang in Ofiano Yano fine. Keke Oicho Agbabo Fios come no by a hospital. Ache Hilako. Be Kakadanko. Ahabu, Keke Kobashia. But
Rado nature. But before what time say go born, America time say Agbo.
Over the be an economic pressure say who fa or no who fit
anukwale. In a fair one feeling. Oko Jamie.
Over there, you are Keshika Kebushia.
Oh, na, Yomo so a war.
Of an echo me who Obomode Umachu, no waiting, no Sunny Bakashi, no machu a cabacum.
Anukwale.
Over Beno Ojeno, okay. Oh, he fatalo ye. Next dragging here, home Sky. She equal Nibi Chaka Fury again, or Pui, okay, you age of worship. Well,
I love it. Thank you very much.
Inactive lifestyle.
Okay, I can see. No, yeah, we learn no ko aim ko boy. I can no ko boy no chung no feminine or than if men. If I don't know, okay. No, you fair. Yes. Nuchmo mi de sanepi. No be an epidemic. We must even make effort to train managers. Okay, promote to allo have new assignments. So no training because I can promote. What I promote le. Sane na means she need to more poke stress because we prepare for the new job. It's very, very important.
Moko GPA lo CWA. E kan okay ba na kan yen graduate ni e mami ke papa ya keshi eleni wa okay ba na kan be ife dwemo ya
in students attempts like no shishi no I know actually GPA niko ya square o grace no fears am self e palap na grade niko share onyo female no final year no me la keshi ape school fees how ni mo we you get me graduate na me graduate ko you know can give you stress. Thank you very much. Any more? Terminal illness. Good. Terminal illness. So that's like the Hilano daddy chair. Baby, or now I see baby. Many more at school. Ke utenu akwe o grades ni o grade on na a. Ke students say mo shame coming in the chon because na ba ekwe. Ske eteni na shi FFF kwe. E ke ne chon be chon edin. I guess oh ni te young man say teacher ha mi FFF jail teacher ni hale. Students are always like students. Next slide. No, thank you very much for the discussion. No, we'll continue. No, what are the early warning signs? This slide them in a few. Shall I just discuss them with you? What are the early warning signs? Reverend, you about yes. Why feel why you reho? Why you like few? Why we need you must move on with your life. Too much. For more than half a year later. 2 weeks after Christ still. No fo. Allo ona no naturally suicidal thoughts. Boy to make show yagboe. Often once a while you go through some stress and about you feel me ya. Shabeneke e chefenine. I'm going to bear their early warning signs. Allo agbeneke onyo wo. Wa kan sin bugu ne kwe kote wa kan sin mo ekwe 9 by 5 or teaching. Shagbene o kan sin 9 at 12 fen o chomo he. Wa ko ti o sidenche etobo pofe mo ni poni sani mene because bugu en pona me kan sin na me awo. Sometimes say I'm not terrors no ba ni mo chase le war me. We are get your latan chale. Allo mo ko yani ekule all of a sudden no lose weight drastically. Allo all of a sudden no put on weight. Wow. Allo ye no enuye mokume ye etuemi. Enuye mokume. We as professionals say we find it difficult ruling the line between akemon enuye mokume and kwale allo numokele yue. Mo ke Jesus kele yue. Me, I'm not authoritative on that. Me no G more bewale. See, are you sure that you are low? Hilani fiole na kan. If I been musician, allo ko muko any all of a sudden no. Behave in some reckless way. Need drive speed, top speed. Boy. These are some of the things. These are what early warning signs. If I been musician, can you go back to that slide again, please? Early warning signs. You about when anxiety disorder, fear, base must buy me. Nick base must buy me. Put something say a mumpo enyemu. These are all what early warning signs. No, a bad here work touching. Oh no. Be kuma ho e balaka sin agbene mo enu dan fenine aba yala agbe yala na fi refreshment agbene enu dan tokoto ni fese mo je na keyo agbene fe ni fecho ala agbene e bon la selemo no ne ke dan kan bi ne dan is part of this me in here ajina kan bi here. If you ask me, alcohol is the most dangerous of all the substances. Alcohol. In fact, na komokoni no go to we egbe more than she na gbemeni dan egbe ame severally. We don't have no jekule ba affect we no have mene she egbe ebo she dan le egbe ame easily. No, alcohol is very dangerous. No, alcohol is just it's also one of the push factor. No ko ye mo ko eni ekule eni down no enu anu whole crate no ko feel si boe o level down ye BNA, no one glass book can no cross thread. I can go in mental hospital. Okay, next slide. No, want to talk about mental illness problem a far or area, but just spoke to you about stress. Stress is about and I like the response somebody gave. Is he she? Yes, the way we respond to. Environment me. The way we respond, that's what we call what stress. What anxiety disorders. There are many. I'm sure ni big allo panic attacks ba me no. Ekulani enyem ni be ko sele. Allo many I'm sure ni be na war shake like be allo in a corpse dead body. I look at it, we call them all what? Anxiety disorder, or depression. Almighty depression. Depression is costing us so much money. Because more than depressive, but no or presenteeism. More he or she is present but absent. I'll give that example. Sunday at the Monday on Monday hangover if you're present, the whole day is waste because it's not productive. No, depression is costing us so much. And one thing that goes with depression is what? Suicide. It's very critical and important to all of us. We don't want to use the word commit again because it's not a crime. Commit attempt suicide there. Hello, more like cell more mental issues, Mr. mental hospital for assessment and treatment. Okay, I also want to next slide. Where more personality substance use disorders. Is also another group they affect or mental problems. Or personality disorders. Or I know as well eating disorders. Where almighty schizophrenia. Me pino na me mami I may what 3, 4, 5, 6. Near me nyeni ame we alo mugono wanani yefue yegbe. Wa flash onan mugonye say shile naka mugonye say no he's running for his life. Alo wani agoni got me alo bola ne yo to let papa it's very important to him because he has a problem. And amazingly has a way of taking care of them. Ebola no she no emusorani wale minkebo ni poni je tele no fi no wom kolepo no aka ni oi ibagba na no oborani mo jomo is very important. Dementia le onupa ahila no to boni yo no any joy be no age no kai onupa no yit mo 60 ya wan shi wa ahila ko many affect am ho am jomo na mo believe to mo ni gbeke bi ojile no ni ko ba ka yeko ni aloka ejepo wa na elaje onupa ni ele kula ele osu na no shi agbena e se agbena ka ejepo be elaje actually dementia. Next slide. Lord, how do we manage our stress? I'll teach you a technique, but these are just some simple things. Not momoni I can know my being in a PA when you are we are living in a fast world. So there's what? Fast internet, fast food, got the papa wanna fast food, fast cars, everything is fast. We should slow down. Not mono oteshia, na sevi bonu, na tree. Na tree denche no no le wala ni na tree. Feeling like no epombuto semi, glow. Me feeling me yummy. Maybe we don't notice that. No touch no come in your more here. Within 1 minute, they come in your face. Also, me go if flat or now tree. Slow down. No matter let's slow down. Let me have the slide. Let's be positive. Be pie one olayo nyenoni alonte dinko ba fuenye. No hey yesu moja nkan wani gbag aketong sin hwe no ye alonte ntashalonte nkwami some style go yejibo neke. Let's be positive about life. Dano una negativity gba wona. Dano janke say am ko yibo fun alo ayo alon ko you should be positive. These things will help with what? Our mental health. Next, that same slide, please. We should go out. Maybe other places like Manse. Why Manse? You want to perform your language? Oh, Eba, perform your company na like one person. Abraham is kakoni ba order testing. One testing me few casket to more low can it be? Perform your way Eba ganebana. You can't tell you order ko ba US ni. You can't fun mami. What fan be o ma o gam o ma ne what ya Safla chipo ke gamel den che. What fan be? What fan be? But osu emi nimbi ami no dane. Aka ba wo ya tamale pe ho mini afia tamale. Si bofo me ba na me ya tamale no if me hingbele pa so na blofo nyu. Ni ba kwa so e ba Ghana ete paga. Ni mi ye Ghana ni ya go paga. What fan be? No, let's take advantage. Someone gets ayafi allo nyasi. Someone fe wo mene no you afi na ka ya ekwe. Ko ya wo mi. No no na. I mean travel and see. Travel and see. Over the same slide. The same slide. I want to talk about breathe. 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 Because everything is giddy. We don't even take time to breathe. Sometimes say, let's smile. It doesn't cost much to keep smiling. When you smile, your face looks bright. The glory of God is on you. Frown, unplug, just move away. Maybe 10. That's how they are created. Just walk out for some time. Let it cool down and come back. Okay, so next slide. I want to teach you how to do small breathing exercise. Feel more comfortable. Feel more comfortable. Jacket. Really tired. Let me see the slide. You can put one hand on your chest, one hand on your abdomen. Breathe in through your ogugon. Or taking breathe. Breathe in. Your you need quantity. You can move too much, but you should see as you are breathing. Your stomach will come into your hand, your left hand. Or just breathe in, out. Do it very slow. Breathe in, out. Sometimes you can even attempt to close your eyes and listen to the sound. You can hear some sound around the fan. Just listen to it. Just taking a deep breath. Let's breathe in again. Breathe in, out. Relax your shoulders. If you want to show shoulders, if it tense, relax your shoulders. And focus on your breathing. Focus on the cannot go distractible. So let's do it again. Out. Breathe in. Out. Okay. Thank you very much. Sometimes you can do some of these things. There are various forms of it. When you put your phone away, put off the TV, no noise. Just enjoy the environment. Are we okay? Sometimes when you put, you can even take a walk on the seashore. No hear phone, nothing, no hear, and just enjoy the breeze. One of the things we can also do to improve our mental health, sometimes no need a small feel more, like if you are creative in something, you know, accept a year, if you need for creation, do it. Sometimes you can also engage in what? Exercises. No, be an anyone saying, I know I feel jogging. She at 5, Oko Shuko, oh, nye, Kutuemi, Ona, no, nye, Jeno, yet mono, Oshona association, brisk walking. Not a matter of few, call Baba Drew, one and touch back on direct easily. They can also say, just like we take care of our physical health, the same thing also affects mental health. No junk foods. Gamen, baby, come me, no, I want to come in, lady, come back. It's nice, but let food come in. Salad can it be because Biane won't die. If I buy musician. No, Jedan and Dan, come here, song, carbohydrate song, come 3, Kenafita, you know, at least you should balance it for you. Okay, next slide. Next slide, please. No, me to discuss how can we help a relative with a mental disorder. Be what discuss what basan a few about what causes mental illness and what are some of the various types. What discuss, what discuss how we can take off our mental health. No, kemuko ye what shia alone ye mean muko ye mental problem. Unas be an shares and a hospital. What can we do? Back to discussion. What can we do? The PM of your come was she alone and mental problem. What do we do? Not first. Hospital. From mobile hospital. The PM
Akamea so motion.
Pia Akamea so motion. Allo Akambaya fetish priest no. Sometimes about more. Sometimes I guess more if you're fasting. More near be people that you want to go mad is enough female. Ni a wagona. No more no to a buena. That's human rights abuse. What be a casca bonie if I'm one alone. Want to let you know, I guess there's a thin line between sanity and insanity. Mentally being mentally healthy and being sick. Very thin line. Well, live boni babongo. No one was a bonga can favor, some can favor Kunakai. No be Pierre, come go wale, war Africans Ghanaians say, of Lagashi, be somebody is responsible. Mokobeni e by no naturally. No be sana I acquire money fuel, nature. She be Pierre Katina can affect your baby. Una mental problem is like something that is toxic to the brain. That's why we need to treat it. For as long as it's not being treated there, it's becoming worse. When you get more about first, now rush like at the hospital. Can't quite fast. You actually could be able to more to find out. She more check can never bar, but not get bad, need be PFT chunk. No, me, yes, or more. In fact, I can you Jimmy in several for your altar. She did the work I'm doing. No one can back more in a mental problem like I about some trainer, Darby. My question, I'm club hospital because what men were thrown in a Dementia won't hear no more year. In fact, the research where all the Akashi can combine religion, catch to find more is the best. As an fear come in isolation. No more ebane cut to find a isolation wallet. That is the best of treatments. Jenny, I will more calculate heko. I waste time. Black I can more bar be PhD me chon. Febeno Mishi. No kemuko ye wekumi. I don't know what you're mental problem. Please. First point of call, mental hospital. Allo betin you don't even need to come to the mental hospital. My hospital you'll be la. Alum tenoni benkenye.
Ridge very soon. They are setting up a mental health unit. They here okay more about mental hospital because mental hospital no 20 years. Any first come I'm a Mokoka hospital level. And so I'm put you on me. Because I think case data make us speech on here. No more. It's when one actually a booting because and a booting like hey. This is no booting mental hospital. So I guess nothing correct to to the point where I guess woman more 20 years. I can't well go 20 years. Who told to me. Me Malay. Into me 22 years there. You know? Aha. No, that's the issue. You find out a problem. We need to what? Bring the person to the hospital. Come on. He knows no boundaries. No, come on, you're not. Why you so no check bear. He will buy me. No, we shouldn't stop the medical aspect. You find out. Next slide. Very recently, Mental Health Authority, we have launched this hotline. But there are people there to talk to you, especially for people who are thinking about what? Taking their lives. 0800 678 678. 0800 678 678. But please, you keep somewhere handy. There's help out there for you. Next slide. And just like I've also said, what hospital say fan your Ghana, Kote, Kaneshi Polyclinic, I can't remember Kaneshi, no, Manprobi Hospital, Kaneshi Polyclinic, at the Baka Polyclinic, there are mental health units. Or Shaf Clinic, fan, Yako, no, I can't show a hospital, because we are trying to cure the issue of what? Stigma, discrimination,
ame gbema de sanji ame tete pore nche nye gbemani amenya me hospitals ame headache aka headache back pasife hu ehinda so ke mo ba mental hospital acha mo shine chance ko na headache no baje me she de se kumani afefe hu ehin ko ke pse jeme abawabo simbe pie because of a stigma wo je me wo ni je akesi mukopani bon do tata wie many nyegbe no me wo atale pe ni ameji many your mental problem muko ani enyegbe no ne ewo jacket thrift ewo suit fine quality watch siko obile dance and the ewe dance and kona so ma icho mi fe no ebe you know. Next slide. No, I want to just give a summary actually summary of the whole presentation. One, there's a thin line between what sanity and insanity. We don't know our water levels. And that's why we need to take good care of our mental health, not only our physical health. Our physical health, oye sugar, pi onu milky, oye for. The same thing no fian jomon. Ni mi ko ni ba gbo na, ka ni gbo na. Ko na kesin bia na hie, na shi he fine, be fine. And I'm very happy. Kebe here ke wo ya hospital cry. Ye ya hospital fee he because that ne wo feel like we wale oh macho chare oh ene oh mako pastor mo na iwa me. But it is okay not to be okay. Ke you are not feeling well ya hospital na kwebo ke no ko patient no to no fo e ofa na fo cause fo mo ya no feel relieved aka oh he no jibo no fo da bi ke ya leba mo ko no te aslamon mo fo e ka ke mo ke sikpa fo mo wan le tui cause mo ko tissue ko tissue like so ko for few years no ba tumo hina shin ka ke mo ke sikpa fo mo da bi fo mo it relieves the person he pie bi na me fo ya gbo na so me fo ya tumi imale here of who to me we are also weak we are still actually one. Unfortunately, I'm just like we are all sitting down here. Our mental health is a capital. See, we have neglected it, and the whole world we don't even invest in mental health. I mean, we need more resources to do some of these things. She government jail effort ni skani ekeko ya maternal health ekeko ya HIV/AIDS no ke jafe ko ense ni ba she ya ke mental health nye here mo yo ke fe ni jomo mo ne ehia wo ni that's what we need first before we can no more our join la what turn here upside down peben mshishi no bia na we are making this awareness for you to people to also know kono ke nyina chance nye you ekwe ha wo awi o ka kashi government take juma ba jeme ne ha shika koni wo itumi hela be meni yo kutua mi kani bie na akamaya hospital na kwa me cause kemo if you are like farmer the mental problem enye ya hudon ne ya hudon enye amo kani bie enye ba sike he wale de te farm ba farm keke won na mo wo he no mimi ntuni ne ntumo ntu ya farm sike le afi no kemi nke nashika kemi nke te market ya he can get this chance, can often way. It's get a year they affect all of us. No, many young benefits, some of them are draw artists jamming. Some of them are well educated, but because we have neglected them, there was a last time in here, Mindrive Cape Coast. The number of women I saw on the road need to have mental problem. Are we okay? They need treatment. Okay. No often presentation back na match Dr. Atakoni. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hano. Who has not learned anything? Who has learned something? Let me see by hand. Oh, thank God. Good. So at least we've all learned something. What we want to take across is that our brothers and sisters on the streets, it did not take them one day to get there. They were handsome and beautiful like all of us. But because we did not know what the signs and symptoms of mental illness is. We left them. Some we deliberately left them. Some are not interested themselves. They took their mental health for granted. But we want us here to take it serious. Let it be our priority that our physical health, so it is, we'll take care of our mental health. It's our brain, our mind. Our mind is where everything takes place. Everything that you have to do, it starts working here. So that if you cannot think well, if you know that you can think very well, and this time you cannot think, you are always confused. You cannot remember things like you used to do. You cannot concentrate. Simple decisions. This morning it was like this. 12 o'clock, you go back and forth, back and forth. But previously, you can take it straight away. So the moment you realize that your brain, your mind, you are getting tired of what you used to do with your mind, and it is prolonged, it has gone on minimum 2 weeks. This time you cannot think well, you cannot concentrate, you cannot make that decision, your memory is not sharp, you forget things, you cannot relate because of my forgetfulness. I cannot relate well with my sister. Then it should be our problem. It's fine that I wake up one morning and I'm so moody. And in the evening, I'm smiling. That's fine. That is what we call mental ill health. But for continuously 2 weeks, for no reason, she's not done me anything. She greets me in the morning, I just turn my face somewhere. For no reason. I don't relate with family and friends like I used to do. You know that I like to party. I like to join us in the funeral. For some time, for no reason, no. I'm always in the room. Either I'm there or I'm sleeping. I'm not eating like I used to do. All of a sudden, we realize that I'm doing so much alcohol. Because of that, I cannot relate with my friends and family to the extent that it worries you. Then you should know that there is a problem. The moment my behavior or what comes out of my mouth because of what I am thinking or how I express my emotion, very little things, I get angry. We are having a conversation which is very funny, but I'm not laughing. The moment things like that becomes persistent and you say that, there is something wrong, it's worrying you, then there's a problem. And the simple thing is to seek for medical attention. Walk to any of our hospitals, ask for the mental health nurse there, the psychologist, or ask for the mental health unit. Talk to them. Again, for all of us, sometimes talking to your sister or brother about your problems is also helpful. You cannot solve the problem alone. Yesterday, we met with the traditional and faith-based healers. Yesterday, we met with them. We met with the Accra group, about 50 or so of them. And they were very happy that we met with them because we bring our problems to them. But because they do not know, they do not understand what mental health is, and you have brought the case to them, they have to do something. Oh, let's put him there and chain him and give him 2 weeks fasting. How would that 2 weeks fasting help that person? Me and you, that we are well, 2 weeks, can we starve? There's somebody who is not well, 2 weeks fasting, to do what? You are going to kill that person. So those who have come to understand that mental health is important and it needs medical attention, when you go to them, those that you train to them, they'll tell you, take him or her to the hospital for medicine. When you are done, come and let us pray. Come for the medicine. And we did work in Nkranza, and those who experienced that, they got better. Fast. So that religion and treatment, it's a good thing. If you believe that the issue is spiritual, is superstitious, we are not stopping you from seeking that attention. But first, because what happened, first seek medical attention, combine both. You go to the hospital in the evening, you come to church, Father, pray for us. That's all. What we realize is that they go to the traditional faith-based healers, spend so much time there, and when they realize that the problem is now too difficult, they cannot solve it, also try the hospital. By the time you come to the hospital, the problem has become more difficult to solve. But if you had earlier brought the person and combined with the prayer, the person would have been fine. The person would have been fine. So that is our message, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take good care of ourselves. Let's talk to one another. Once in a while, move around, say hello to brothers and sisters. Let's manage our time well. Let's try to sleep well. This time, all of us have phones. Social media is killing us. Everybody has status. So you lie in bed and you want to sleep. You cannot sleep. So you take your phone. Then you are checking everybody's status. The light that enters into your eye will not let you sleep. You have TV on your wall. So you are relaxing in bed. You want to sleep. So the TV is on. You lie. You never sleep. Until you put off the TV, you sleep. So let's avoid light. When you get up from the hall, you are going to sleep. Your phone off, your light off. Sleep. Ding. If you sit behind the TV and say, oh, let me sit here and sleep some before I go to the bedroom, you'll not sleep. So know that when it's time for you to sleep, get up from the hall, go to the bedroom, sleep. Leave the phone alone. Switch it off. Switch your phone off. Sleep. If you leave your phone on and somebody calls you, the painful one is you have a call in the middle of the night and it's a wrong call, wrong number. That is the most painful one. If it is somebody that you know, it will not pain you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for having us here. We are happy to be here, and we hope that we've been able to make an impression on you. Thank you very much. Now, we'll take some questions. If you have any question that you want to ask, we'll be happy to respond to them. So if you have any question with all that we've discussed, please, let's discuss them before we go. Questions are fine. Questions are a good thing, yes. All of them can ask.
Okay, Baba, should I ask in English or Ga?
Ask both, don't worry.
Okay. I'm not sure. Yesterday, I think I read something in the Daily Graphic where there was a statement that out of 10, I'm not so sure if I remember it well, but out of 10 collection of people, 7 have mental, 1 or 2 mental issues. If you can throw more light on that. And secondly also, you know, there are some mental disorders where we can easily identify, especially depression, the person withdrawal from the normal activities, and people playing funny, where you can easily identify and you can now try to find help or solution. But are there others which you can't even see? So that if we can give us some signs also, so that we'll be able to now use the technical eye to identify and help.
Let me answer it one after the other so that we can get the answer correctly. Okay, so the first question, you read in the daily graphic that for every 10 people, 7 also will have mental disorders. I'm not too sure about the facts and figures that you are giving me. But earlier on, I stated that for every 4 or 5 people, 1 would experience some sort of psychological problem in their lifetime. Not someone will go, no, but will experience some sort of psychological distress in their lifetime. Do you get that? Okay. Secondly, the condition, we have several mental disorders. Now, let me explain. Mental illness is what the signs that me and you, we can see. So the sign that you can see that I've started drinking too much now. I don't sleep too well, or I'm sleeping too much. I don't relate with people like I used to do. I have lost interest in things that I used to love. I am expressing so much hopelessness. I am feeling helpless. I feel guilty about life when there is no reason for me to feel guilty about life. All these are signs of depression. Sometimes I feel so much pain in my body when there is no pain, when I've not done anything. My emotions, we are having a conversation. It is for me to laugh. Everybody is laughing. I don't feel like laughing. What is disturbing me in my head doesn't make me feel like laughing. So emotionally, I cannot respond. All these are signs of depression. And depression is the one common among all of us here. Depression is the one commonest. There are several disorders. And it becomes a disorder when the professional psychiatrist, you have gone to see him. Doctor, I am this, I am that, I am that. He would ask you questions. You would do lab, you would do x-ray, you would do this, you would do that. He would ask you questions. Then he makes an assessment and finally concludes that you have depression. Depression is a disorder. You cannot just say you have depression when a professional doctor has not assessed you. So we just use the terms just like that. Oh, I have depression, I have depression. No. It is only the professional psychiatrist who can tell you that you have depression. You can suspect that you are mentally ill because of the signs that I have mentioned. Are we okay on that? Schizophrenia. Our brothers and sisters on the street, most of them have schizophrenia. They are the ones that they see things and hear things that me and you, we cannot see. He feels that he is the king of the overhead bridge. Delusions. His thinking is very, very disorganized. He starts conversation from Accra, ends up at Oblogo. You don't know what he's talking about. These are signs of schizophrenia. There is the sexual disorder, there is the bipolar disorder, there is the catatonic disorder, lots of them. Anxiety, sleeping disorders, personality disorders, all of them. But the common one among us as Ghanaian, depression and schizophrenia.
Okay. So my question is, so whilst the speaker
Mr. Andu was speaking,
yes, okay.
yes.
So he mentioned personality disorder. I just wanted to know what personality disorder is. And then also, I want to add on. I don't know whether it's because of the stresses that we are going through these days, but it seems like we are becoming selfish in a way, where everybody's thinking about, I don't know what
Everybody is becoming individualistic.
Yes. And so we are thinking about ourselves alone and our families. So I believe that I'm speaking, really mental health is something which is touching my heart a lot, because we recently lost a colleague who went to hang himself. And I believe that when somebody tells you they are going through a problem, or they are not sleeping, or anything at all, we should go further, because he spoke to people, and they didn't go further to ask what was really going on with him, and it ended up in death. So I just want to advise that when things like this happen, or people are telling us their issues, we shouldn't think that, we are delving into matters, we should try as much as possible to delve in. What be Sajin? Many are going through these things. And I think it would go a long way to help each and every one of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give her a round of applause for that contribution. In short, we should be each other's keeper. You cannot judge your brother or sister for telling you his or her story to think that he is weak. He is not being hard on himself. No. You cannot imagine the problem that individual is going through. So in some occasions, you have to talk to the person several times before the person would even open up and talk to you and tell you actually what is going on in their life. But if you are fortunate, you are lucky that the person tells you, I have a problem, I need help. My goodness, your work is too easy. Help the person. If for nothing at all, help him or her to the hospital. If somebody decides to kill himself or herself and says that I am tired of this world, I would die so that my family would be free, I would die so that I'll be free of my problems, please and please and please do not take it for granted. The person really means it. What he or she, in other words, wants to tell you and is telling you that I have a big problem. If you don't help me, I'll kill myself. So help me. So the person is trying to tell you that, please help me. Please help me. And that way, you have to help the person by seeking professional help. Our number is there. Call 0800 678 678. And thank you for your contribution. I really appreciate that. Yes.
Last person.
The personality disorders. Yes.
Doctor.
Give the microphone to him. Yes.
Yeah, hello. Yes. So, personality disorders are a group of mental disorders where the person sometimes is inflexible and they behave strangely and weird. And there are various types. I can give an example. So, example is like one we call antisocial personality disorder. So, those people, they are very charming and they dress very well. And they know something about every topic, but they don't have feelings. So they will come to you and visit you, and they spend all that time and attention with you. But when they step out, your history is going to the next person. So such people, sometimes they have issues with the law because, they can't wait for their turn. They are like, I want it now, so I want to get it. And sometimes some people take them for marketing because they can convince you easily. In fact, they talk sweet. So they are smooth talkers. The other people, like the various ones, say, I will not end in that, but I'll just give you an example of it. And just to add to, yes, these days, you go out to parties and everybody's on the phone. You are sitting down with human beings in circle. And instead of you to talk to the person close to you, we are talking to a virtual human being who is not present. Sometimes when you see that picture, it's amazing. I guess I'll try to put your phone. Thank you very much. That's a summary of it all. Thank you. Yeah, so far I'm going to be
Sir, what are the causes of dementia? And can dementia lead one to madness?
Dementia is one of the conditions of Alzheimer's disease. It's a disease of the brain whereby you lose some bit of your memory. So that the old man or old lady in the house, she dresses and combs her hair, puts her comb here. She's forgotten that she put her comb there. She ate at 8 o'clock in the morning. 10 o'clock, she says she has not eaten. You have a visitor. Say, the whole day I've not eaten. She steps out on the road. I'm going to see my sister down there. She goes and she does not come back. She's forgotten her way back home. These are signs of dementia, loss of memory. So that it is for, dementia is a whole topic on its own. So that if you understand what dementia is and you know that your old lady, your old man has dementia, you need extreme patience. Don't disturb their lifestyle. Don't disturb their lifestyle. This is where she puts her comb. Make sure every day it is there for her. That is how you can help her. This is where she puts that. Let it be there. This is how she likes her food. Let it be so. She takes her bath. When she was young, she was elderly. She wants to polish up. Please, in her old age, let somebody do that for her. It helps. It's a full topic on its own. We had a discussion. At the end of every month, we do virtual seminar. And we invite specialists to talk about it. So we discussed dementia. And a woman called in. And she said that may the Lord forgive her. Because if she had listened to what we had discussed that day, she would not have treated the way she treated her mother. Because she did not understand what dementia was. And sometimes, they hallucinate. If the disease becomes serious, they hallucinate. By hallucination, I mean that they see things and hear things that you not see. And so you think that she's a what? Witch. When the disease becomes worse, they hallucinate. They see things and hear things. And she says it, and you say she's a witch. You starve her. You don't give her food because something is not going on right in your life. It is her doing. No. It is because of the dementia. She has forgotten everything. She eats at 8 o'clock in the morning. 10 o'clock, she doesn't remember that she has eaten. She doesn't feel angry. But she will tell the friends who come to visit her that the whole day you've not given her food. Then you get angry. So you not even give her food at all. No, just give her something small. She is happy. In the afternoon, give her something. But because you got angry that she has disgraced you because she said she has not eaten. No, if you understood her, you all laugh over it. She will not die because she has already eaten. But she has forgotten that she has eaten. And because you also don't understand, you get angry. I've given you this food this morning, you say you have not eaten. Then this afternoon, you cry, then you not eat again. You are killing your old lady. So, my uncle, it does not lead to madness. It is a mental disorder. But what needs is that we need to take care of them. We should understand the condition. We should understand. When they hallucinate, it's the developmental stage of the condition. So they see things and hear things that the reason why they say, we hear it on radio. Some old lady flew from somewhere and came and landed on somebody's tree and all that. We've all heard of those stories. No. She's from somewhere, walked in the middle of the night. She doesn't know where she's going. Daybreak, they see her. Where are you going? I don't know. And she's sitting down, all of a sudden, then the conditions start coming. Then she starts saying things. Hey, this is a witch. They've caught a devil. So that woman was saying, God help her. If she knew what she learned that day, she would not have treated her mother that way. But so if you have a person like that living with you, learn what the signs are and how you could live with that person. Because even at that stage, because imagine that, and trust me, very influential people, you know them, they are in our communities. They've worked, they've looked after their children. But at a certain point, they've just lost their memory. They behave like children. And you're also keeping them hungry, you are maltreating them and all that. You are killing their spirits. So if you have somebody like that, learn about the condition and let them help them. That's all.
Yes, Doc. Mine is on stigmatization. And I'm fortunate to be here this evening. I have a case like that. A friend at work that I take charge of is in one of our properties at Latabiokoshi. He takes care of the house for us. And whenever I call him to do something, he does it with ease and I go to sleep. But just recently, something came up. And his was like spraying in tongues at midnight. So they called me around 2 a.m. that this is what is happening to him. They couldn't contain him, so they have to invite the patrol team to take him to the psychiatric hospital. In the morning, I went to the hospital to see him. I got there, oh, Mr. Charles, you are here. I'm surprised. I feel shy. They said, don't be, or don't feel shy, I'm here. So we were there, and the doctors were interviewing him. They said, okay, this will take a longer time. So I have to leave and come back later. He was discharged the following day. We took care of him, and it was fine. But just recently, he came up again. As we speak, he went to his family at Botiano, and he's back. One of the experts called me this afternoon, Charles, we don't want to see Gideon in the house again. So I went to tell my HR, what do we do? We're thinking of how to invite him to the office so we can have this discussion. But if we break the news to him that we don't want you to be in the house again, that thing will crop up again because he's in difficulty. The day I called him, he was just like, oh, God, remember me, he was praying in tongues on Tuesday afternoon. So I want to ask, why can't we human beings try to help each other like you just said, than saying, oh, okay, he's a mad person. And the one who called me that he doesn't want him to be in the house is a Sri Lankan. He's here in Ghana to work. So I said like, okay, we'll see what we can do. So please, what are you guys doing to educate us? Because Charlie, our minds are corrupt also. We are here, but it's corrupt. So we'll be able to tell our colleagues, okay, let's be each brother's keeper. So tomorrow, please advise me. So when he comes to the office tomorrow, we'll try to at least counsel him and he will understand what we are telling him. Not that we are trying to push him off work, but we are trying to help him to have a safe life and rather come back to his senses again. Thank you.
How do you intend to help him?
Just to rent a simple accommodation for him around. Even though you go to the house in the mornings to work, clean, wash, iron, and other things. But we are thinking of how will he take it? Because I used to be with this guy for the past 7 years. Why now do you want me out of the house? Is it because I'm sick? This question that will come up, how do we answer them?
Okay, that's a good question. Well, how do we deal with the stigmatization and all that? It is part of what we are doing. All our, not me alone, not Sammy alone, others are somewhere doing the same thing. So it is part of the job that we are doing. We are creating that awareness so that we'll be each other's keeper. That if you understand what mental illness is and what, that's when you easily recognize it and you help that person, you don't need medicine. It's help, supporting that person to see the medical. So whilst you are trying to get him a place, my brother, whilst you are trying to get him a place, I would advise that you do that. Let a clinical psychologist come in and have a conversation with him to know the extent of his problem. Then what you intend to do for him, let the three of you, let a psychologist break that news to him, that it is for his own good. And we are more than ready to help him. That is my advice. All other advice, the psychologist will take it up from there. And it is not a one-day thing. It is continuous. So as you are prepared to help him, I would encourage you to continue helping him. Let us, he doesn't need, I'm not sure he needs medicine. I'm not sure, because it has not begun. And there is hallucination and delusion. That is why he's talking the way he's talking. So he doesn't need medication. I'm not sure, but I'm not the one to judge him here. So let the psychologist come in and let's take it up from there.
Doc, your colleague told me that you will be here so that the rest can come and see you, ask their questions. Otherwise, we will not leave here today.
Because they are interested.
Yeah. We'll call on you again. Next time when we give 6, they will come so that they will ask all their questions. We are so much grateful. You find ame back was sanitizer. Mini wabake ame. God richly bless you. On behalf of our district ministers in charge and session, we are so much grateful. We'll invite you again. We've learned a lot, and there are still much more to learn. God richly bless you. Father, we are so grateful. We've learned a lot today. We've learned a lot that will keep our society going. Forgive us for wherever we've fallen short. We thank you for the lives of our doctors. We ask for strength. We ask for your grace. May you move them from grace to grace. As we leave this place, oh God, we are not leaving your presence. Please take us home safely. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. You find out about Jajo Moyu, Mofe, what is what Jajo Moyu, Mokeake, Wanun Choye Sukristo Drumo, Chenanu Mosomole, Kemokonkron Nanubo, Keofea and Shimenekeda. Amen. Imbajo of